Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Rachel.
We're gonna talk about D&D.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about how to write better female characters in your D&D game.
Yeah. Two of my favorite things. Female characters and D&D.
Alright, so it's no secret that in D&D, well, first of all, most DMs are male. Maybe not to like the degree that most people perceive it, like not all DMs are male, obviously.
Yeah.
But most DMs are.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a fact of the culture. And because of this, and for other reasons, female characters often get written in like a very narrow number of archetypes.
Yeah.
Like there are motherly characters, damsels in distress,
The ever-present barmaid.
the ever-present barmaid, and
I mean, that's a thing.
that's true.
Hitting on the barmaid is the trope.
Mm-hmm. And women who use sexual wiles against the party,
Yeah.
like succubi or temptresses, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Recently, in a one-shot that Rachel was DMing, we were like hack and slashing through the dungeon, and we came to a room with a pretty lady over a pool of water. And the first thing she said to us was, "Will you swim with me?" And I had opened the door because I was the AC tank, and I was like, "No, thank you. Nice meeting you. Goodbye." And I shut it
Yeah.
because I was like, pigeonholing the character as the woman who uses sexual wiles against the party.
Yeah.
But Rachel, clever as she is, actually made it just some lady who wanted to swim with us.
Yeah.
She wasn't a succubus.
She wasn't a succubus. She was a dragon. And she was a good dragon, and she wanted to help you, but she was trapped.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I liked playing with that idea of like, because the party when you like have a pretty lady all alone, like in this mystical dungeon, is immediately gonna go, all right, we kill it.
So, Rachel, do you have any tips for how DMs can write better female characters?
Well, like there's the general idea of writing any good character, and that is like details and nuance. Like you can absolutely write a character that uses her sexual wiles to get her way, but like why is she doing that? And don't just say it's because she's a pretty lady. That is not a reason. Like maybe she's part of a society where that was like how people got ahead, and that's what she's always done. Maybe she's evil and wants to like mess with people, which is a viable option. But yeah, you gotta give a character a reason why they're doing what they're doing, and not just, well, she has boobs, so obviously the sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can have like women that need to be rescued and stuff, but you gotta give them details and nuance, and that can't be the only facet of their personality.
Mm-hmm. And I think that like another like problem or reason that female characters are usually so flat is because the default gender for most characters in D&D is male. So most of the time when a man is writing a story, he'll think like, I want a character who like gives the party orders, or I want a character who introduces the conflict and like explains what the characters need to do, like the townsperson who says, "Oh my god, there are monsters here, and here."
Yeah.
And it's just like assumed that they're always going to be male.
Yeah.
Because
a lot of DMs like do that like subconsciously, but I've noticed that the Pazio website where they have like the character descriptions
Right.
are like pretty good about like alternating between he and she.
Yeah, it's like a 50-50 mix.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
I'm so glad that Pazio does that.
They're like, yes, the rogue, she would do this, and like, you get to like the monk page, like, he would do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like spellcasters are always written in the she perspective and fighters are always written in the he perspective. There's a good mix, and it's pretty good. So I was hyped about that when I was reading, like, making characters and stuff.
Yeah. So
But yeah, a lot of NPCs are like just default, like it's there's a man at a bar and he ushers you over and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't don't know. You just gotta. There's really no way to fix that other than like be aware that you're doing it and go, oh, maybe it's a lady this time.
Yeah, like people can be women, and I think like the best piece of advice for writing good female characters is to write them like people.
Yeah.
And
to write them in the first place, because you can make the tropey stereotype character, but like, or you can give them like elements of that. Like you do have the barmaid, but you gotta give them some backstory, like reasons to why. Because I've written the evil sorceress who wants to use her sexual wiles to get ahead.
Yeah.
But I I don't know how well I succeeded. Tried to give her other motivations other than I do it because evil.
One other thing that we talked about earlier was cross-playing and how not for writing female NPCs, but rather writing female player characters when you're not a female. Like...
Yeah. Well, a lot of D&D is like escapism and the opportunity to play a character that you and yourself in real life don't resemble at all. Like, guy with huge sword, like... That's wish fulfillment sometimes, because sometimes you wish you could be like an adventurer in the books and stuff. And so some versions of wish fulfillment is I play the pretty lady that I wish I could get with all the time, and my like my other little DM NPC that's exactly like me, gets with her all the time, and that's wish fulfillment. Or like I wish I could just watch a lady hack everyone to bits or something, because I'm into that. And I'm not going to tell people what they can and can't wish fulfill, but it is like the fact that is an issue and sometimes it gets creepy. Yeah, that's not great. Mm-hmm. Especially if there are, women in your game too that are like, this is making me uncomfortable.
Right.
I wouldn't say like guys cannot play female characters at all and women can't play male characters at all, but you gotta be like, again, you gotta make your character a person. So you can include like, like I have a kid at home, like for your female character, or like I experienced like sexual violence in my past as a female character, and like stuff that is not necessarily unique to women, but more like an issue for women in your character's backstory. But again, like as long as they're still people, and well, it's like realistic and you can get them. Like don't make that their entire character. That, they experienced, sexual violence in their backstory and they're on their roaring rampage of revenge and that is their entire character point. Like, I don't know. You need to vary it up. Give your character some nuance.
So, I guess the conclusion is just...
Black characters are bad no matter what gender they are. And, feminine is not bad for your female characters, but, like... Be aware what you're doing with your characters.
Okay. Thank you for being in my video, Rachel.
Thank you for loading me your camera to make my video.
And thank you for watching. Hopefully this video was informative and will help you with your characters. Bye-bye.